Hey, hi everyone. In this video, we are going to solve the Leetcode problem of the day, and the problem is put marbles in bags. Now, this is a hard problem, and what's making it hard is the problem description. So, let me explain you the problem using this drawing pad, and after I explain you the problem, this problem will look like a medium problem. Now, next thing is after understanding the problem, we are going to understand what is the approach to solve this particular problem and what's the thought process behind this particular approach. Okay. Once you know the approach, once you know the thought process, you will find it very easy to code it using Python or any programming language. In this particular question, we have two inputs. We have weights, which is an array, and we have k bags. It means this is an integer. Okay. For example, these are your weights 1, 3, 5, 1, and k can be equal to 2 or k can be equal to 3. Whatever the value of k is, that much number of bags we have, and the weights are the weights of marbles. So here in the example, we have 4 marbles whose weight are 1, 3, 5, and 1, and we have k equal to 2 or k equal to 3. I'm having two examples as of now. So if the value of k is 2, it means we have 2 bags. The value of k is 3, it means we have 3 bags. What we need to do is we need to put these marbles in the bag. Now this seems easy to understand, right? Just take these marbles and put them into your bags. So you have 2 bags or 3 bags, put them into the bags. How are you going to put them is you need to use sub array from the weights and put it into k bags. And you should ensure that no bag should be empty. It means every bag should have at least one marble. And how are you going to get the marbles? You are going to get some sub array from your data and put it into your bag. Okay. For example, if the input is 1, 3, 5, 1, and you have k equal to 2, it means you have 2 bags. So one of the possible cases, you can split this array at this point, and then you will have two sub-arrays. First one is having two elements or two marbles, 1 and 3. Second one is having two elements or two marbles, 5 and 1. Put them into one bag and put this one into another bag. So this will be 1 and 3. This will be 5 and 1. So now you have put your marbles into your bags. This is a valid scenario. Okay, this is how you can put your marbles into the bags. But you cannot put it like this, 1 from here and 5 from here, and take it and put it into one bag. This is not correct. You will have to use a continuous sub array from this particular array and ensure that you create that much number of sub array which can fill your k bags. Now what we need to find out is we need to find out the score of the bag, and that is equal to the sum of the element at sub array boundary. For example, if these are our weights and we split it at this point and we have two bags, so we put 1 and 3 here, 5 and 1 here. So the score of this bag is going to be what are the boundaries in my subarray. My subarray is 1 and 3. The left boundary is 1. The right boundary is 3. And the sum of element is what we need to find. So the sum is 1 plus 3, that will be equal to 4. So 4 will be the score of the first bag. For the second bag, for which the elements are 5, 1, the left boundary is 5. The right boundary is 1. The sum of the boundaries are 5 plus 1 equal to 6. So the first bag is having a score of 4, the second bag is having a score of 6, and their total is going to be 10. So now 10 is the sum when we are splitting our array at this point for k equal to 2. So this is one of the score which we have if we have this as an input, and if we split our data at this point. Since k is equal to 2, if you split it at one point, then you are going to get two subarrays and then put it into your bags and sum their scores, which is 4 and 6. This is equal to 10. But this is one possibility. You can also split this array at this point, right? And this will also make it two subarrays. One is having just one element, other is having three element. And again we are having two bags, right? These are our two bags. And what are our subarrays? This is the first one, this is the second one. Put this into the bag, this will have one marble. Put this subarray into the other bag, this will have three marbles, 3, 5 and 1. Now what are the scores of these bags at this time? For the first one, the score is going to be 2, and the reason is we have one element subarray. So the left boundary and the right boundary both are 1. So the sum of left boundary plus sum of right boundary, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So the score of this particular bag is going to be 2. What about the second bag? In this case, you will notice one very important fact, that the value of 5 doesn't even matter. And the reason is, in this case, the sub array is 3, 5 and 1. The left boundary is 3, the right boundary is 1. 3 plus 1, this will be equal to 4. So this time the score of this bag is 4. The score of this bag was 2, this bag is 4. Their total is going to be 6. So now 6 is another score which is possible if you have this as an input and k is equal to 2. How? If you split it at this point to create two subarrays. Now the actual task is to return the difference of maximum and minimum score possible. So right now we saw two cases, right? We split it at this point we got the score of 10. We split it at this point and we got the score as 6. Their difference is 4 and that is the output. Output in both these cases are 4 if the value of k is 2 or k is equal to 3. How do we get it? Find the maximum and minimum score possible. Minimum is 6, maximum is 10, right? If you try to break it at some other point, you will find that you are not getting some other values. You can try it with some other point like this. You can try to break it at this point, create two such subarrays, and then you will find that the value for this one is 2, the value for this one is 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 is neither minimum nor maximum, right? We have a minimum possibility of 6 and 10, so we are going to ignore this case. Now what about k is equal to 3? In this case, you will notice another important fact. When the value of k was 2, you just need to split it at one point to create two subarrays, because if you split it at one point, you will have one and two subarrays. But to fill k equal to 3 bags, we need to split our array at 2 points, right? You can split it at this point, and this time you will get 1, 2 and 3 subarrays, right? And then you can put it into your bags, find their scores and plus it or sum it. Now create some possibility for minimum and maximum and find their difference, and that is going to be your output. Okay, let us see what is that case. So what we notice right now is, if the value of k is 2 or whatever the value of k is, we need to find k minus 1 separation points, right? And if you find k minus 1 separation points, then you can create k subarrays, right? 1 separation point, 2 subarrays, 2 separation point, 3 subarrays, right? So k is equal to 2 or whatever the value is, k minus 1 separation point, k subarrays, right? That is, you can fill k bags. Now in case of k equal to 3, how can you split it to get the minimum? So to get the minimum, make a split at this point and this point, and you will notice that you have this as a subarray, this as a subarray, and this as a subarray. Put it into 3 bags. Okay, what are the scores? For this case, the left is 1, the right is 1, the sum is going to be 2, so the score is 2. And in this case also we have the score as 2, and in this case the left is 3, the rightmost element is 5. These are the boundary elements. 5 plus 3 is 8. Now this is the minimum possible score. 2 plus 8 plus 2, this will be equal to 12. So minimum is 12. Now how we got minimum is if we split it at these 2 points. And how to get the maximum? You don't need to split it at these 2 points. Split it at some different point. If you try to split it at this and this point, you will notice you have 1, 2 and 3 subarrays. The score of this is going to be 2. For this, the left and right elements both are 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. And in this case, 1 plus 3, that is your left and right elements. So 1 plus 3 is 4. If you sum it, you will find this is equal to 16, right? And we have max as 16, min as 12. Their difference is 4. This is how we are having our output in this particular case. Now, what is the approach here? How can you solve this? What is your thought process? The most important point to understand here is you only care about the boundary elements. Okay, if you are splitting your array at this point and your sub array is this one, 3, 5 and 1, you don't even care about 5. Okay, that's very important to understand here is, so you have elements as 1, 3, 5 and 1. Let's say the value of k is 2, so you have 2 bags. Okay, and to get the minimum, you need to split it at this particular point. So here you have two subarrays, okay, this one and this one. Their values are 1 comma 1 and 3 comma 1, right? The boundary values 1 plus 1, 3 plus 1. If you sum it, this will be equal to 6. This is your minimum score. But the very important thing you need to understand is you need to return the difference of max and min score which is possible. The difference, right? This is very important to understand. You don't need to return the actual maximum and minimum values. You need to return the difference. And the thing you need to understand here is, if you break your array at this point, only these values matters, right? This value doesn't even matter or doesn't even contribute anywhere. Okay, in case of you are splitting it at this point. But if you split your array at this point, right, then in this case you will notice that you have two subarrays, 1 and 3, 5 and 1. In this case, 1 and 3 subarray, 5 and 1 is subarray. So 1, 3, 5, 1. These are the elements which matters, right? Now, if you will notice why I put so much pressure on the word difference is these two elements will not contribute to your output. The reason is, wherever you want to split your array, these two elements will always be the part of your data. If you split it at this point, 1, 1, 3, 1, you know, this contributed to as the leftmost element, this contributed as the rightmost element. Let's try to create more splits, 1, 2 and 3. In this case, the sub arrays which you have created are 1 comma 1, 3 comma 3, 5 comma 5 and 1 comma 1. And in this case again you will notice the leftmost, the rightmost, both elements are always there in your data. Even if you do not create a split at this point, then what will happen? Instead of 3, 3, 5, 5, you will have just 3 and 5, because in this case you have this as a subarray, this as a subarray and this as a subarray. But again 1 and 1 as the leftmost and as the rightmost element is always contributing to your data. From here we draw an intuition that whether you try to find the minimum, whether you try to find the maximum, the leftmost element in my array and the rightmost element in my array will always be the part of my data. Their difference is always going to be 0, because if you include it in minimum and maximum as well, and then when you try to find the difference, both the elements, the leftmost and the rightmost element, is going to contribute, and their difference is always going to be 0. So let us get back to our original case and let's try to split it at this point. So when you split it at this point, you have two subarrays, 1 and 3, 5, 1. The data which you get from this subarray is 1, 1. From this you get 3, 1. So for now, you can ignore these two elements, and this time when you split your data or when you split your array at this particular point, the score is going to be 4, right? So let's write it as 4. So we have got one score as 4. Earlier we wrote it as minimum is 6. For now, let's write it as 4. Now to find the maximum, what we did, we try to split this at this particular point. Now we have another subarray, right? The subarray is 1, 3, this one, and 5, 1, this one. This is the leftmost and this is the rightmost element. This is the leftmost, this is the rightmost element. You can again ignore this, and this time 5 plus 3 is 8. So you have 4 as the minimum, 8 as the maximum. Their difference is again going to be 4. That's the output you need. So from here, I can just understand one very important thing, that only the boundaries matter. Let me get rid of all these informations. Now try to make you understand about the intuition of this particular problem. Here, when you split your data at this point, you will notice that you have two subarrays, 1 and 1, 3 and 1, right? You don't need to worry about these two elements. So only these two elements are contributing. What are these two elements? These two elements are the point in your data where you break your array, right? If you break it here instead of this point, then you will have subarray as 1, 3, 5 and 1. So here you will find that the data which you have is 1, 5 and 1, 1. So here these two will not matter, only these two matters. And what are these two elements? These two elements are the data at your separation points, right? So from here, I draw a very important intuition that whatever is my data, I only care about their separation points. And what are all the possible separation points? 1, 2 and 3 in this case. Find their sum. What are they contributing? What is this contributing to? What is this contributing to? And what is this contributing to? This will be equal to 4. This will be equal to 8. This will be equal to 6. These are my possible scores, ignoring the leftmost element and the rightmost element. Now, these are the possible scores we have. Okay. Now, whatever the value of k is, k equal to 2, k equal to 3, we are going to do the same thing. Let me show you how. See, if the value of k equal to 2, how many separation do you want? I just need one separation, right? And I have 3 separation point data, but I just need one. I will take one. In case of minimum, I will take the minimum value. In case of maximum, I will take the maximum value. What are those? 4 and 8. Their difference is 4, right? Correct. So if the value of k is 2, the output is 4, right? Again, let's do the same thing for k equal to 3. If k is equal to 3, I need 2 separation points, right? So I need 2 data from my separation point data. So I will take 2 data from this. What are the 2 minimum data? 4 and 6, right? 4 plus 6 will be equal to 10. So I have one data as 10. Now what are the 2 possible maximum data? 8 and 6. So 8 plus 6, this is equal to 14, right? So I have another value as 14, and the difference is 4, and the output is 4. This is super easy to code, right? Whatever data you are given, just find the difference of their adjacent element. The reason is they are the boundary elements, right? They will be contributing to my answer. And find the two minimum, or k minus 1 minimum and k minus 1 maximum values, sum them and find the difference. That is your output. So let me jump back to my code editor and try to code it using Python. First of all, let me create a data array. This is going to store the sum of the boundaries. So data is equal to a list. Now run a loop for I in range length of weights minus 1. This is to avoid index error. And then we are going to append our data. What is our data? It will be the sum of the boundary elements, right? So each separation we are using, so weights of I plus weights of the next element, weights of I plus 1. Now we need to sort our data. This is because we need to find the k minus 1 maximum and k minus 1 minimum scores, and then their difference. So once we have sorted it, now we need to return the sum of minimum score which is possible and the maximum score which is possible. So the sum of minimum score is going to be, let us try to find the sum of minimum score. So this will be up to k minus 1 elements. And what is the maximum score possible? See, maximum will be more. So let us put it forward. Sum of maximum score is using the last k minus 1 element. For that, we need to say data of what are the last k minus 1 element. So we can say 1 minus k. Okay. These are your last k minus 1 element. So these are your maximum k minus 1 score, and these are your minimum k minus 1 score. So our code is ready. We just need to handle one very important test case, that is if the value of k is equal to 1. In that case, we can directly return the value 0. Because if you just have one bag, you are putting it all the marbles in one bag, the difference is always going, the difference of maximum and minimum is always going to be 0. Now you can just submit the code and you will find that all the test cases are passed. And I think this is just like 5 to 6 lines of code, and the code is pretty efficient. You can see it is a pretty efficient code. So I hope you liked the explanation of this particular problem, and this particular problem became easy for you after understanding the approach and the intuition behind it. And the coding part was definitely easy, right guys? So if you found it easy, just make sure that you hit that like button and make a comment in the comment box that you did found it easy. And if you are new to the channel, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this video, guys.